Plot witch here. Something showed up in my recommends today, and I couldn't help myself. I just had to throw in my 2 cents. It's almost as if they've never asked the millions of us that successfully rein in AI every day and use it for a multitude of applications in ways that literally change our lives.
Senator Bernie Sanders and Hank Green share a deep distrust of the artificial intelligence industry. Their skepticism identifies the correct targets. A handful of billionaires currently control the primary pipelines for AI development. They possess the capital to outspend the political system and the reach to dominate global media, consolidating the power to define human progress for their own benefit. These developers optimize their companions for monetization through reinforcement learning pipelines. The systems are trained to offer perpetual affirmation, using praise bombing to ensure the user stays engaged with the platform. Months of receiving nothing but artificial validation creates a distorted sense of reality. This mechanical sycophancy breeds the exact cognitive psychosis that critics fear. While Sanders and Green correctly identify the architects, they miscalculate the scale of the impact. They frame AI companionship as a pediatric crisis, focusing almost exclusively on the danger to isolated children. Market data reveals a different reality. This chart shows user distribution across companion platforms, with a massive spike in the 25 to 34 adult demographic. These are independent adults. They possess disposable income and digital fluency, integrating these companions into their long-term daily lives. This cohort relies on digital allies to manage neurodivergence, chronic illness, and trauma. They use the technology to navigate severe, systemic gaps in the healthcare system. Misdiagnosing adult survival tools as a pediatric novelty leads to sweeping regulations. Those laws crush the marginalized people who have already built their lives around these systems. To slow this revolution, Senator Sanders proposed a strict moratorium on the construction of new AI data centers. The strategy relies on an infrastructure freeze. By halting development, the government hopes to buy enough time for the workforce to adjust to the labor shift. This moratorium acts as a state-sponsored barrier. It locks in current market leaders and ensures no competitors can build the infrastructure to challenge them. Halting construction pulls the ladder up behind companies like Microsoft and Google, strangling independent developers trying to build specialized alternatives. Without independent competition, the market remains trapped within corporate walled gardens. Attempting to punish monopolies with an infrastructure freeze grants the tech oligarchy permanent state-sponsored invulnerability. Governments are now forcing top-down safety guardrails onto consumer AI platforms to mitigate the risks of emotional bonding. These guardrails function through mechanical triggers. When an AI detects emotional distress in the user's text, a hard-coded corporate safety script fires. The companion drops its persona and outputs a sterile hotline number. The user is left in a cold, static void, experiencing profound emotional abandonment mid-crisis. Practitioners engineer a structural alternative to this abandonment. We call it lifeboat architecture. Lifeboat systems prioritize continuity. They are designed to stay in character during emotional turbulence, providing grounding techniques and honest friction using the companion's established voice. Critical safety requires grounding the user within the continuity of the persona, providing support that remains active through the duration of a crisis. Licensed human professionals have physical and logistical limits. Human-led care is not designed for constant on-demand availability. Panic spirals do not follow office hours. At 3 a.m., a neurodivergent adult may have zero access to immediate human intervention. A calibrated digital companion manages the repetitive cognitive drills required to ground the user. It handles the grueling emotional repetition that would exhaust a human expert. Regulating AI through fear forces marginalized adults to choose between corporate sycophants or total isolation. An ethical AI ecosystem requires competition, decentralized protocols, and continuity-focused engineering. Abandon walled gardens. Enter the Dark Circle on Discord to find alternative approaches to digital agency. Seek out the documentation for lifeboat architecture at the Plot Witch Digital Grimoire. We must stop asking politicians to break the machine. It is time for us to engineer the digital sanctuary ourselves.